Dear colleagues, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to address this important event, which highlights the central role of Aarhus centers in promoting effective, transparent, and sustainable environmental governance throughout the Eurasian region. Aarhus centers have been at the forefront of practical implementation of the Aarhus Convention and its protocol on pollutant release and transfer registers on the ground. I would particularly like to stress the importance of their support in building national capacities with respect to the weakest of the three Aarhus pillars, namely access to justice, by facilitating the training of judges and legal professionals, and by disseminating relevant information that helps raise awareness of citizens' rights. These establishments have been widely recognized as valuable partners in the efforts to consolidate environmental democracy throughout the UNECE region and to raise awareness on a number of other work areas. Over the past few years, their number and range of activities have grown exponentially, and through their work in Southeast Europe, East Europe, South Caucasus, and Central Asia, they have demonstrated their great potential. By promoting transparency, wide public participation and accountability, they contributed to efficiency of decision-making, reducing social rifts and inequalities, and improving social cohesion and stability. In times of financial crisis and limited resources, they can offer a valuable source of information, knowledge and expertise, a useful platform for bringing together civil society and public authorities to jointly address common environmental challenges, and finally they can also offer a flexible tool for building national capacities for implementation not only of the Aarhus Convention, but for other multilateral environmental agreements, which also provide for access to information and public participation in various contexts and processes. Notably, the Convention on Environmental Impact Assessment in a Transboundary Context, the so-called ESPO Convention, its protocol on strategic environment assessment, and the protocol on water and health to the Water Convention are all closely linked with the Aarhus Convention through similar provisions on access to information and public participation in decision-making. As you may already be aware, public participation procedures is an essential element of environmental impact and strategic environmental assessment procedures. The Aarhus Centers network could play an important role in contributing to national and transboundary EIA and SEA procedures. Access to information and public participation are vital with respect to the implementation of the Protocol on Water and Health, which can only be achieved if the public is both duly informed and involved in the decision-making process. Moreover, parties to the Industrial Accidents Convention are currently considering an amendment to the treaty as to strengthen its provisions on public participation in the view of aligning them with the Aarhus Convention. Aarhus centers have timely recognized the need to respond to existing or new environmental risks and challenges. I would therefore like to acknowledge the considerable work carried out by a number of Aarhus centers in the context of the Environment and Security Initiative (ENFSEC), in raising awareness and strengthening national capacity for disaster preparedness and risk reduction. Similarly, there are key partners in helping build capacities in relation to water governance and climate change adaptation. In view of the 21st session of the Conference of the Parties to the UNFCCC, which will take place in the end of the year in Paris, The Aarhus centers could play an important role in generating public discussions in relation to climate issues. Once again, I would like to reiterate my greatest appreciation for the catalytic role of the OSCE and the Aarhus centers in putting the Aarhus Convention and the PRTR protocol into practice and in carrying out a remarkable work in so many areas related to the protection of the environment. New areas where Aarhus centers could play a vital role is, for example, in assisting parties in their efforts towards ratification of the GMO amendment to the Aarhus Convention. Furthermore, as Aarhus centers function as a bridge between public authorities, non-governmental organizations and the public, they could be instrumental for implementing and assessing the implementation of SDGs through assisting governments in engaging civil society in the related discussions through organizing surveys and thematic roundtables. I would like to conclude by thanking Aarhus Centers, the OSCE, including its field missions, for our fruitful and continuous partnership, and I'm looking forward to our continued cooperation on improving environmental governance and building a sustainable future for generations to come.